Oh, wow. Okay. Hmm. I'm trying to look at my jeans a little bit. Okay, what? I really like halter tops. Maybe that kind of vibe. Um, I kind of like the idea of like uneven hair. I'm not trying to replicate this picture completely. I'm just trying to like use it to as a reference. Just not like super big lips typically. I'm gonna keep you over here. Do you able to do this? Stop. Yes. I like YouTube so much better. So this lady's story, I don't know, is this like safe? I'm not sure. Either way, I'm drawing her. Because she's kind of a character in the book. In the book, well, the series that I'm writing. I don't know how. I'll take. Go out on the camera. Settings. Camera. I mean, you're working fine. Alright, whatever. So over TikTok Live. Okay. So I'm just putting eyes and placements like. Before I like start shaping out my activity. I'm gonna have her have slightly more so how I like to do my eyes is I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna look up graphic tops. Because her face is pretty good. This is pretty gosh darn great in my opinion. Mm, hmm. You're not giving out the best one or two for some reason. We don't need that anymore. So this character did have. Sorry, I'm not talking much because I don't know if I'm allowed to see this. I really like this. Oh no, that's wrong. What? Ah! There we go. I hope I'm not like blocking it the whole time. So my cat, before I got on, scratched the crap out of my lip, and it was still bleeding. And I had like, you know, one of those like liquid lipsticks that like dry the crap out of your lip. So my lip is currently on fire. That's why I'm not talking about that. Cute. Okay, let me figure out where her eyes. Like, I know where her eyes are, but let me figure out what thing. Cute. She looks a little sleepy. A little sleepy. I might open this up actually. Sure. Nothing. Let me see if it will go. So I like to do my eyes by cutting them in half. Drawing the pupil. And this little guy. And drawing a circle right here. Honestly reminded me a lot of Gwen from Total Drama Island, but that was not on purpose. cute. I'm gonna color in the top. Part of me wants to give her like purple eyes. Cute. Wait, I'm gonna color this black because she's got it all. No. Black's running out. Let's see what I can get out of it. If not, I could just use the black I have. So it's on the other side. Well, this is the Five Below. I don't know if they still have them. I think it's the older brand or older version of the alcohol markers from Five Below. But I like these ones over the new ones quite a bit. I just feel like the new ones feel flimsy. You kind of feel like these are the ones that are pretty like viral on TikTok. They're okay if you're not like wanting longevity, and also it smells bad. It kind of smells like vinegar and lemon, and nail polish remover, which isn't a terrible smell. These guys have more of your like actual rubbing alcohol smell, which I mean alcohol markers smell in general because they're alcohol markers, but I've never had a brand this cheap smell like this, or not even this cheap, just a brand smell like this ever. And I have like 6 different brands of alcohol marker. My favorite is either the Copic sketch marker, the Copic chow marker, or the Ohuhu. These are all pretty good markers. I have the Walmart brand. I would I would recommend the Five Below brand over Walmart, which they're good. I've had my Walmart brand for over 4 years, and they're still pretty nice. There's just something about like this brand of Five Below that has like this big fat chisel nib that's just so satisfying about coloring something in that I like. I also really like the aspect that like I took apart one of my other ones that like dried out like years ago from no ink. That's like one sad part about like the Five Below markers is that like they're not what's it called again? You have to buy them all in the same pack. You can't just buy one, which sucks. That's what I like about the Copics, is that you can buy them in one at like the Blick stores. I love Blick. I'll try to do I think this is a marker that I made my Doodlebot with. So I have like, I know I have a bunch of alcohol markers on my table from the Meant to Be submission that I made. That didn't get anywhere though. But I typically have like an organizer right behind me so I can spin, but now that I'm filming a little bit more often, I don't do that as much. I kind of want to do this color for her hair, but I think I'm going to start out with this color. Oh yeah, I didn't realize that they were so close together. This looks more like cobalt blue, and this looks more like a powder blue. I didn't realize they were. The paper that I'm using is just your typical Bristol board. I like the Canson one, specifically the recycled one, a little bit more than the Bristol Valoom. This is the Bristol Valoom. Bristol Recycle I do like, but you have to be careful with some alcohol marker brands, such as this one, such as like the TikTok one. Bristol board will soak up the ink so much where it will eventually fade. Canson has a really good like warm pressed marker paper. I forgot what it's called. I haven't used it in a long time. I really like the Render crescent paper. That's probably my favorite. When I was first buying my Copic markers, I went into the store, the Minnesota Blick, and in Roseville. And I kid you not, this guy comes up to us to help us out, and he was like the sweetest man ever. Was like, oh, you don't need to be like dead set on Copic. I can show you other marker brands. I was like, no, this is the one I've been seeing online. This is what I want. And I was 13-ish, around 13 or 12. And at that point, I did buy Copics on eBay, but I really wanted to go buy them in person. And I saw that guy like 4 more times. And then he recommended the Woohoo markers to my parents. And they didn't buy it for me until like until my college years. But I just remember loving Copic and loving growing up with alcohol markers. They're still not like my best medium. Like, they're my favorite because they challenge me so much. Because I have to be very mindful about the strokes that I'm making with them. But I do like the look of alcohol markers. I think younger me was more talented with them because I took a kind of a small sad break from art in my teen years, and then I kind of came back to myself way later in life. Well, not way later, like 2 years later. I always like drawed, but it was always something that was super important to me. So this character, so I am attempting to write a book series. I don't know when it will be out. It's kind of been in my head for like the last since I was in 7th grade, so around the same time that I first started getting Copic markers. And I was sitting on my aunt's couch, and I just drew the character that would somehow become the main character of my story. This lady is not the main character. She's actually recently like a new development in the story. She's like she's not the other girl, but she is the kind of is liking the love interest of the main person, but she doesn't really go for anything. She's just like, okay, not my problem. She's a very helpful person. She's very much like, I don't care. I'm really bad at coloring right now. My neck has been in a lot of pain, so it's hard for me to like keep my head as still. Ooh, clean my eyebrows. I could do her eyes orange. So I feel like that's a little bit too much for this character. I'm not gonna do her skin in this video. I'm just trying to. Maybe I will. Why am I going outside the line in every single thing? Alright. I'm gonna hop up here and then do a live over on TikTok. And then. No, I should probably stay here. You have a nice video on TikTok is. I don't know. We'll see. Let me see. I'm gonna do the red for the blouse and her lips. See, I haven't even finished her hair. My goodness. I really like the richness of this red. Red's my favorite color, so I like most reds. I'm not like quite sure what I should name this character. I don't know if I like the red. Let's see how I feel about it. I can always change it. I feel like she's just more of a dark purple kind of girl. There we go. Cute. I think I'm gonna do her skin with colored pencil. I like the colored pencils like that. Ooh. Lavender, that's gonna be the color bright. Because it was right here. What is my skin tone color? Oh, it's right here. I really like these like color mechanical pencils. I like how they don't grind down. These are my go-to. They're always on my desk. I do have like other ones, like the Shutter Art ones. Those are nice too. But they're just not the same. I just love these so much. I'm gonna do this dark purple. Is that weird? Maybe a little bit. No! I colored in the wrong part. I have Jelly Roll. Okay. I'm gonna do ears to the lips to make more sense of her facial complexion. She looks like a little Billie Eilish. Eilish? I always see Billie Eilish as a joke, but I kind of don't know how to say her name. Okay. No, I messed up her lip a little bit. But I'm gonna take the same purple and just highlight the edges of her lips. Or not highlight, shade in. And I'm just gonna do some cute little I did do a cross here. I'm gonna throw it in the back. I try not to color anything in with my fine liner, but sometimes I got nothing else. Skin. And she has blue hair, so the skin is gonna look more orange. So just give me a couple minutes. I feel like I liked her better white. Like, she still is white. I meant white as the paper. Sorry. Yep, no offense to that. The reason why I'm not using like my nice skin tone markers is because, quite frankly, I need to get more. Well, I don't need more. I shouldn't say that. I just need to organize them. And that's the one section that I have not gotten to yet, so kind of embarrassing. I moved here in August, to my area in August, so I'm a little bit behind. I'm gonna do like the edges purple because I think this is looking too similar to another character in the story. Let me find purple. Like a vivid pink. Let me try that. Maybe that will help. No. Not at all. But I forgot to color it here, so I'm gonna color it there for a minute. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just all over the place right now. And shading in areas I need to shade. I like to do like a slightly darker layer. But I'm really glad I found the artist that drew the reference I'm looking at right here. I don't know. I tried to find it and couldn't. So sorry, I'm going reference, not personless. But I would if I could. I'm saying that because I really struggle with drawing noses. But I feel like the way that this artist organizes is really helpful in like breaking down the shape. Or that's something I've been really trying to work on lately, specifically as well. Right. I'm gonna color the these now. Cute. Okay, I want to do. I don't even have a gray. Oh, I do. I'm gonna shade in her eyes. The white to the eyes, I meant. And I said that on TikTok. I got. Okay, see? I wish I did kind of emphasize this curve a little bit more. She does look a little trapped with this halter top, but I kind of think I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna get a purple. Right. This is a really dark purple. I'm kind of hoping it look a little prettier than it does. It shows more of a blue purple, but maybe I should have chosen more of like a magenta. Whatever. First time drawing her, so bound to be some things that I don't like. It's okay. There you go. Thank you. There. I don't know. No one was in here, but I just chatted to chat.